Any sense? Why
Like
would
everything in my thought just gets, I don't know. I'm not like you.
What do you mean you're not like
I
me?
don't want to be in the front of the camera being.
I don't want to be in front of the camera either,
Right.
Cole. Just practice it a couple times. What you want to say?
Alrighty crew, it's good to be back. I'm so happy to see you again. Have you missed me? I've been having people ask me like, where you been at, James? Why aren't you making videos? And so, unfortunately, I had a little bit of a setback. It was the dumbest thing you probably will ever heard of in the world, right in the middle of my training block for the Boston qualifier I was planning on running for the Woodlands Marathon. I stubbed my toe, right? I stubbed my toe, broke the thing, and then I was told, you know, it's gonna probably be like 4 to 6 weeks to get back to normal. So I've been kind of on hiatus for a little bit trying to deal with that, and you know how it gets. You lose your motivation, you lose like the oomph, you don't want to do anything, and then to make it worse, it was kind of Christmas time. All I wanted to do was eat cookies, all I wanted to do was eat pie, and it was out of control. I was out of control, but thankfully after a few weeks, the toe was taped up. The little buddy, the little piggy that stayed home was sitting next to supporting the other one trying to eat some roast beef, and they helped each other out, and I was able to get back on the roads after about 16 days of not running. And so kind of back on track, still got my sights set on that Boston qualifier in the Woodlands Marathon, and so I'm trying to get my motivation back. And so I figured what better way to start the year off than to talk about, you know, what motivates us, right? So everybody in the new year always talks about goals. You always talk about, like, we hear New Year's resolutions. I've had this conversation so much already with a lot of my clients and a lot of people that I coach. We've talked about it, right? New Year's resolutions don't usually work. Why? Because by January 15th, you've forgotten about them, right? So we always encourage people, set some goals, set some very specific and smart goals. And so when you do have those goals, what do? How do you stay on track? How do you stay motivated? So today, that's what we're gonna talk about. It's all about motivation. We've got the Houston Marathon coming up in just a few days. It's like 11 days left before the Houston Marathon goes down, the Ramco half. And so how do we stay motivated all year long of training? We got a new year coming up. How do we stay motivated to hit those goals? All right, so today, guys, really what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna give you like 5 ways to stay motivated, right? And I know that's probably what you're looking for. You're waiting for James to say, okay, James, what are the 5 ways for me to stay motivated? No, that's not what I'm gonna do. Because here's the deal, right? Setting goals are great, right? Having accountability is paramount, right? Having a great community of people to encourage you and lift you up. All those things are great. Having all these lists and everything that kind of keep on your mind, those are great things. But really what it's gonna come down to is it's gonna come down to you, right? If you're gonna achieve your goals, if you're going to go wherever it is you wanna go in life, it's gonna come down to how do you act? What do you do? How do you take motion plans and put them into action, right? So without the work, without the effort, nothing worthwhile is ever gonna get done, right? And so the key is gonna be what is going to get you to take action? What is gonna get us, right, to keep going when we don't feel like going anymore? And so I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my personal motivations, but then I also wanna show you some folks that, you know, I've helped in, you know, throughout the years, some folks that, you know, some of them I didn't really help all that much. They just are part of our community. They've done a great job on their own. They stay motivated, they're great. So I wanna show you a couple of people who just seem to always be achieving. They seem to always be just getting a little bit better every single day, every single month. And then when we get back, we'll talk a little bit about what motivates me.
So I run pretty simply. I got into running at a time where I was really unhealthy and I was literally running from death, and it's just continued now because I want to be a good example for my kids as they grow up so they make healthy and good choices. So that's what keeps me going.
What motivates me to keep up with my working out is just to keep up with my fast-paced life in general, to keep up with 4 kids, to have more energy. I actually love having practically the strength to do things that I can't do because of my small stature, and strength helps me overcome that. I also feel like I'm an example to my kids of why physical health is important, and it's really fun to have something that is goal-oriented, that pushes me and challenges me, and I love seeing small successes in that.
I should say tacos, but
Tacos? Okay.
that's always not the right answer.
Okay.
But I did try to keep in shape. I've been on the other side of 180 and doesn't feel good. On this side of 170,
Okay.
I feel good, strong, okay, more energy.
Okay.
And but after a run or after a workout, I feel better for the whole day.
Okay. So how it makes you feel?
Okay, I have more energy
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Okay.
Pretty much I just run so that I can outrun my kids as they get older.
Motivation for running is that it's therapy, both mentally and physically. It's just a good way to clear my mind and kind of stay on top of my health. But then also just being part of a running club and being somewhat of a leader in it. I can't motivate others if I'm not doing the same, if I'm not practicing what I'm preaching. And if I'm trying to inspire a community to run and push themselves, I got to do the same. And you'll eventually see that, you know, inspiration becomes contagious, especially with CRA this year. I think a lot of people have found inspiration from the other members within the group.
What motivates me to work out and run is to be an example for my daughter, to show her that having a healthy and active lifestyle can be fun. And then also just to push my body to see what I'm able to accomplish.
Wasn't that great? Wasn't that good? Now, a couple of them I had to force to do it because they were like, oh, no, not the camera. No, I'm so shy, right? Even though, you know, they're not that shy, right? They're not that shy. Come on. It was false humility, right? So thank you guys so much for sharing that with us, sharing what motivates you. And so for me personally, right, my motivations come down to a couple of simple things, right? Number one, I am a firm believer in do as I do, not as I say. In other words, right, I believe that it's important that if you're gonna be a great leader, you've got to lead by example. And so one of my probably one of the biggest motivators that I have in my life are the people that look up to me, whether that be, you know, my daughter, whether that be, you know, my wife, whether that be my clients, right? You know, I would never tell one of my clients, you know, hey, you should go out and run 20 miles a week or 30 miles a week or 50 miles a week if I'm personally not willing to do it or if I've never done it before, right? And so when my clients look at me, I want them to be able to see someone who actually has taken the advice that I give or the instruction or the plans that I give, and I've actually put them into my life and I've shown that they actually work. So one of the big motivators for me, one of the things that really holds me accountable is when I have people that are, you know, whether they're trying to lose weight or whether they're trying to get faster, they're looking to me, right, for some sort of guidance. And so that's been one of probably over the last 5 to 10 years has been one of my biggest motivators, has been other people depending upon me, right? Now, as a father, as a husband, obviously, you know, I love my wife, I love my little girl, and so for them, when she looks at me, and the other day we were laying in the bed and she crawled up in the bed, and she's not supposed to be in the bed when it's bedtime. You know that, I know that, we all know that, right? She lays in the bed and she gets between me and her mother and she wraps her arm around my head, right? And so she wraps her arm around my head and she just looks at me and she goes, Daddy, you're the best. I love you. At that particular moment in time, my entire being sunk and melted into nothingness. Just pool of mushy goo, right? But when she says those types of things, you know, it gets me all gushy, it gets me all emotional, whatever it may be. But those are the types of moments that really a lot of times keep me going, right? When I say I'm gonna do something, whether it's qualify for a Boston Marathon, or I say, you know, I want to, you know, get 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel for 2020, or I say, you know, I'm going to, you know, help our business, BC Fitness, grow more and more. I make these statements out, and I want to make sure that I can do everything I can, and I stay motivated because I want to make sure I'm a great example for her. So for me, really, my motivation is to help other people, right? Is to share, you know, my story, share my experiences with other people. And that's one of the things that keeps me motivated. It's one of the reasons I started this channel was, yes, to help people, yes, to build a great community. But I knew that if every single week I was supposed to do a video and I was supposed to, you know, talk about training and being a better runner, I know that I will study more, I will learn more, I know that I will continue to train more, and it keeps me moving forward. And so you guys, the YouTube community, the BC Fit fam, the Champions Running Station, you guys motivate me every single day. And when I see some of my clients, or when I see some people part of our run group, when I see them get PRs, or I see them, you know, struggling, but they keep going, and they hurt, but they continue to go, that's the type of thing that really inspires me and motivates me. And so for everybody, your motivation is really gonna come down to a very emotional, very personal thing. And so I challenge you, I encourage you this year, as you're setting those goals, right? The first thing you need to do is, what is gonna be the thing that's gonna motivate you to achieve those goals? And if you can establish that in the very beginning, you're gonna have a great year, you're gonna kill those goals, you're gonna do all types of things that maybe you never thought you were going to do. So thank you guys so much for coming in today. I know it's a little bit different today, but it's okay. It's the first one of the year, it's season 2, right? And so we can do whatever we want. So down in the comments, why don't you tell us, why don't you share with us, what is it that motivates you? What are some things that get you going? What are some things that help keep you moving forward, right? Or maybe you've got a new, you know, something you're trying new this year. What is it that you've decided is gonna be your motivator to help you reach your goals? So thanks for coming in, guys. If you like the video, if you're enjoying the channel, if you're enjoying the content, give us a thumbs up, right? If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel, share us with the people that you love. And so thank you guys so much every single week when you come in. Thank you for all of the ideas. If you have an idea for a video, if there's something you want me to cover this season, this year, put it down in the comments, send me a message. We'll try to get that on the slot. We'll try to put that in the rotation. So thank you guys so much. All those individuals that are running the marathon, the Houston Marathon, the half this coming weekend or the weekend after next, good luck. Next week, we're gonna do a video on race prep, on race week prep. And so check it out. We'll be here, you'll be there. Love you guys. James is out. Peace.
Oh. 10.3. Oh man. A little speed work at the end. The last 25 minutes. Woo. Trying to keep that race pace. Oh man. Okay, Happy New Year. I'm done.
And that's it. That's fine. That's it. Whatever motivates you. Whatever
Fine.
keeps you going.
And to push my body to see what what I am capable of.
Okay. You want to
So
see what you're
because
capable
never
of.
in my life did I think I would be running a marathon.
Okay. Why are you giving me attitude? I don't even understand.
I
it.
don't know.